Just a quick update on the doors, just continuing to prep those, and also some miscellaneous things, working on the door latch and the engine mount. Hope you enjoy. Cheers.
Hey everyone. So I didn't show where I match drill these, but these are the doublers, and I've already got them prepped. You can see I've got them scuffed up here. You're supposed to use 80 grit. I used 100. I think it's going to be fine, but you can kind of get a gist of, you scuff them up. Once you get them scuffed up, you need to scuff up the surface here as well. And then what you're going to do is mix up epoxy with this cabo sill. Once I do that, I guess the next step is you put the mixture on this. You know, it looks like it's supposed to be 1/16 inch thick, buttered on here. Stick them on, put your Cleco in the 2 center holes, at least according to the instructions, and make sure you put a release on them, or else you're not going to be getting those puppies out. And then once you're done that, then you got to go back and re-drill the holes. But we'll see how this turns out. It should be pretty straightforward. All epoxied in. 2 Clecos, just hold in center, squeeze it down with your fingertips, and just wipe the excess off, as according to the instructions. So looks pretty straightforward. Once it dries, I guess I got to drill out the rivet holes, and you put rivets in there. But that's what I've got for now. So I'm here putting the handle together, and even though I haven't got the doors epoxy together yet, the reason I haven't done that is I'm putting the plane around door latch mechanism in, and so one of the things I wanted to do is prep it inside the door first. So I'm putting this together in anticipation of that, but you know, the first step is you kind of pull this together. You've got to drill out these number 10 holes, and then you've got some other drilling to do here, but kind of the gist of, you know, how I'm doing it. And then what I did is I put a bolt in here. It's not attached or anything, just post it in there so that it keeps it aligned as I drill out the second hole. So almost done prepping this part for the handle. The only thing I haven't been able to do is I've got a final drill 15/64 the 2 holes in the handle pivot. I don't have that drill bit. It's an odd number, so I've got to go get it. And then the other thing I did is you need to drill out the A part to match the D, basically. And this is a 9/32. I wasn't sure it would line up properly if I just used a bit to do that. So what I did is I first used the hole to increase the size of the hole, just a normal step up bit. Brought it up 1 step, and then I used the bit to finish it off. So that seemed to work out pretty good, and they align nicely. And that's because you're going to put a nut plate in here, and the screw needs to go through both of them. So far, pretty straightforward. Once I get to this page and you start talking about cutting the handle rack, this definitely starts to deviate from what happens next with the plane around latch. So you don't follow this, you then start following something out of the plane around latch, and then you kind of jump in and out of the 2. I haven't figured it all out yet, but I figured I'd at least start putting this piece together, see how it fits into the door, and maybe I'll be able to have all the right holes in place. I won't put it inside the door. I've seen someone who's done that. They put it inside the door and then epoxied the door halves together, so the outer skin and the inner skin. I'm not going to do that. I'd be a little concerned that I might get epoxy. They had some ways that they did to mitigate it. It just didn't seem worth it to me. So I figure for the sake of a hole in the bottom of it, I'm just going to leave it. But at least I'll have all of the standard holes cut and drilled, so I know where they are as I put it together. That's it for now. Waiting for some parts for my door. So I thought I'd do a little bit of work on the engine mount. So drill these out. I drilled this one first and then bolted it on. Got a little thing to line this up a little bit for me so that it was lined up roughly to the right hole here. Drill that out. I tried stepping it up, though when I went to the bottom ones, I didn't. I just used a 3/8 bit as it said, and it seemed to work out better. Just my take on it. I think it lined it up a little better than this hole. But overall, that's it. And the reason I mounted it is trying to figure out where I need to put some things on here. So I've got the power pass-through that needs to go on here. I'm going to use the stainless vents instead of the aluminum ones, just for safety. I also have the insulation that I'm going to buy, the fiber barrier, and then I'm going to have the pass-throughs, and that's the part I got to figure out where they're going to go on here. But so far, that's what we're looking at.